All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well. While this truth from is citation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to the million and the children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And today, just basically getting on a little article I read about American bisons, man. And as brothers can see, it's an article from the attendofman.com. It says, embrace your inner bison and run towards the storm. And that's the spirit that we should be in, especially in the times that we are in now, man. Because we know that Esau is finna get ready to come down, having great wrath, come down with the sword, you know. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and start off with that. And then Revelation 12 and 12, we know what's going on. This guy, he got different stormtroopers, and all that is a spiritual meaning. But for the lack of better words, we look forward to these things, man, because these are things that we must go through. Let's read this verse in Revelations 12, jumping down to verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe into the inhabitants of the earth, into the it's like woe into the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So it says, woe unto the people that dwell in the world, because Esau, he's been ready to come down, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, man. And he's going to come into a sense of desperation. That's why, for the lack of better words, they starting to pull out Fauci again. BG name starting to stir back up because this devil is finna get ready to show his horns, man. He's finna get ready to show the planet Earth who he truly is, man. And who this guy truly is, the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And he's finna get ready to do any and everything to try to make us stay here, man. He's finna try to do any and everything to try to hold us captivity. But like we're coming in the stead of Moses, like he did in Egypt, man. I'm saying, let my people go. Because the things that you push forth here is totally adverse unto the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. And these devils, they know it's adverse unto the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai, but they don't care. They're going to continue to do as thou wilt and live their wickedness, man, not knowing that Yahweh Shem Shai have their number, man. So let's read this real quick in this article. Again, it says, embrace your inner bison and run towards the storm. It says, there are few symbols that represent our past in the American West, quite like the American bison, better known as the buffalo. The official mammal of the United States is often used throughout Native American in official seals, flags, and logos. And that's the spirit, Native America. Even though they say America, America, the West is really a Gadite thing, a Reubenite thing, man. It says because that's why I found it was a quote I had seen, and I had just typed up the quote to try to find again. I found this article, man. And then it also shows you how Native Americans, they used to study animals, man. So this study didn't come from the Edomite. It came from an Israelite, man. Probably from the tribe of Gad, But let's continue on. It says, in the Native American community, the bison is revered, especially among the Plain Indians who consider it a sacred animal and a religious symbol because it was a heavy animal, man. And even the scriptures tell you that in the book of Job, the 12th chapter, consider the beast of the field, man. And let's go ahead and see what the beast of the field is right here, man. Here you go. It says one of the most fascinating characteristics of the bison is how they react when a storm is coming. And that's what's going to happen, man. The storm is coming. Esau is going to get ready to come down having great wrath, and we can see it, like how certain, for lack of better word, we can see the sea hill brewing up. This devil, he got super soldiers and things like that. He's finna get ready to push forth this NWO, man. So we have to react a certain way in order to be preserved from these dangerous times, man. Read this again. It says, one of the most fascinating characteristics of the bison is how they react when a storm is coming. While cows, their close relatives, huddle together, The bison take the storm head on, traveling directly into its paths. Because that's the spirit, man. Because it go head on. Let's get something real quick, man. Let's go to the book of Joshua. Because that's what the Lord told Joshua before he went over to take the lands over, man. Before he took the land from the Canaanites. Joshua, he had big shoes to fill, but for the lack of better words, Yahweh Shai gave him encouraging words, man. Let's get this in Joshua 1, and I'm going to jump down. This Joshua 1, and I'm going to jump down. I'm going to start at verse 6. Yep, I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, be strong and of a good courage. And that's how them cows, they just huddle up together. But the bisons, they're being strong and being of a good courage, not being afraid of what's ahead of their path, man. Read this again. It says, be strong and of a good courage, for unto these people thou shalt divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong, because people are looking at us, man, for lack of better words, man. How back in the ancient world, the Israelites, they was looking at Joshua for the lead. Even today, Israel is looking at the prophets for the lead, man. And if a prophet be timid, then it's going to make the whole people be out of whack, man. But if that prophet be strong, then for lack of better words, the people are going to be strong. Like it says in the book of Sirach, as the leader of the city is, so are the people. Read this again. It says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Come in the same state as Moses. It says, turn not from the right or from the left. Yes. so don't avoid it. Take it head on. It says, turn not from the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. So us directly going into the storm, and it ain't saying like we just blindly just going and doing some crazy things, but even preparing yourself and for the lack of better words, knowing that you have to go through it and taking things on the chin while you go through it, man. Knowing that you going through the storm, it's going to be a sunshine on the latter end of it. Continuing on at this article, it says the symbolisms of the majestic bison heading directly into the storm is very fitting and an interesting reminder of how to confront life's obstacles. We all know that the worst thing we can do when confronted with a major challenge is run. So like a major challenge in life is to run from it. And again, it ain't like you can run from the sea here, or run from these devils asking you to have a tiny device inside you in order to go to a store. No, these things must happen in order for us to get to the kingdom of heaven. Read a little bit more. Don't run. Don't avoid it. Don't hope it goes away. Take it head on. And that's what we're doing for the lack of better words. Just like our Lord Yahweh Shai, man, which he's the perfect example. When Yahweh Shai was on that cross, even before he got on that cross, man, he prayed to the Lord, asked him 3 times that he could take it from him. But the Lord didn't answer him, say you have to take it on the chin, son. And that's what Yahweh Shai did, man. But knowing that he was glorified on the other end. Let's go ahead and get this in the book of Hebrews 12. This is the book of Hebrews 12, and I'm going to jump down to verse 2. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith. Yes, so we're looking into Yahweh Shai because he started it. He's the trailblazer, man. The author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the crossing. When it's raining, for the lack of better words, it can, it really don't bother you, but it's a sense of annoyance. Your clothes get wet. You feel me? Your socks get soggy and things like that. It's a sense of uncomfortability, man. But when you just fight through that uncomfortability, yeah, it rain hard. Yeah, again, you stepped into a puddle. You know what I'm saying? Your shoes got there, now your socks wet. But you ain't gonna stop because your socks wet. No, you have a destination to be at, man. And that's the same spirit that Yahweh Shai was in, man. Because let's say if just little things like that, you being uncomfortable, well, Yahweh Shai being uncomfortable, let's say if that stopped him, we will still be, for the lack of better words, damned. But the water Yahweh Shai, he was the perfect example for it. Read this again. It says, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is now set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. And that's the reward, man. Because it's actually a reward for you being faithful. It's a reward for you being stable and being focused and leaning upon the Lord, especially in these dangerous times, man. Let's read a little bit more in this article right here. It says, but as human beings, we often don't do that. We tend to procrastinate in the fear of the big upcoming task getting bigger. And again, you sometimes in the flesh, even though we know it's going to be hard times, but you have to cast your care upon the Lord because the Lord care for you. Psalms 46 and 10 says, be still and know that I'm Yahweh Shah, man. You go into that word still, it actually goes back into relax, man. Because again, even though in the flesh you might be shook up, at the same time the spirit have to kick in. It says we tend to procrastinate in the fear of and you really don't supposed to fear Esau. You're supposed to be fearing Yahweh Shah because he's the one that's bringing down the wrath, man. It says fear of the big upcoming task getting bigger and more daunting in our heads. To use an old idiom that's been around since millions of bisons were roaming the Great Plains, we like to make mountains out of molehills. We essentially procrastinate our challenge into something much bigger than it needs to be. Now, again, through the Spirit, certain things the Lord, He's gonna handle, man. It ain't like in a time of Jacob's trouble, you're gonna worry about the new J's that come on. No, man. You might worry about how you eat, but like the scriptures say, the birds and the fowls of the air eat, and aren't you more precious than those? So these things, the scriptures that we read, it's not like we're just reading it just for GP. We're reading it to build us up, to edify us, man. But let's continue on. It says, but not the bisons. It says, but not, it's like you're kind of excited. It says, but that's not what the bison does. Rather, rather than Esau, play on my Salakia. It says, rather than waiting out the storm or running away from the storm, because one thing about you running away from the storm is gonna make it more worse, man. It says rather than waiting out the storm or running away from the storm, the bison charges into the storm, taking it head on and running through it. It says this has the effect of reducing the amount of exposure to the storm. So once you take it head on, you're not going to be affected like other people who waited the storm out. You're not going to be affected like the other people who just ignored it, just try to run away from it, because eventually that storm is going to catch up with you, man. So again, the dangerous times we're coming upon, it's a necessary evil. Let's get this in Acts 14, jump down to verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So it says we must go through much tribulation in order to get to the kingdom of heaven, man. Certain things must go on in order for us to get rulership. Let's get this in Second Ezra. This is the book of Second Ezra 7. I'm gonna start at verse 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and is set on a broad field and is full of all good things. Now, this city right here is actually talking about the kingdom of heaven, man. A place of paradise, man. And that's all. For lack of better words, that's the things that we desire, man. But let's continue on. Let's see how you get to it. It says the entrance thereof is narrow. One of those words for narrow is straight. When you go into that word straight, it actually means what? A level of difficulty. Read this again. The entrance thereof is narrow and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Yes. And what's that dangerous place? America, man. And the things that we must suffer in order to get to that heavenly place, man. It says, like if it were a fire on the right, on the left, a deep water. And just going back to that Joshua 1 and 9, it says, turn not to the right and turn not to the left, but look head on, man. And that's what we're doing in the spirit. Continuing on, it says, It says on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. And this shows you, for the lack of better words, it's order with it, man. It's not like you gotta, you can skip somebody, you can just barge through the line and just no, man. That's going to end up making you fall off. But at the end of the day, it says only one man could go at it at once, man. Because for the lack of better words, once you go into herds and herds of the buffalo or herds of different animals, it's always one elder animal or a chief animal. Even with elephants, lions, buffaloes, and many other creatures. For the lack of better words, it's always an elder animal that knows where to go, man. And that's the spirit. Continuing on though, it says, if this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before him, what's that danger? The storm that's ahead, the stormtroopers, the super soldier, the sea hip, the hour of temptation. It says, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? So how shall he receive the kingdom of heaven if he don't go through the dangerous things that's coming ahead, man? And it's not like the Lord is just going to lead us out there. It's not like your Yahweh Shemal Shai is just going to leave us out there while our pants down, while all hell break loose. No, he's going to protect us, man. Let's get this in Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah 4, and I'm going to jump down, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, in a place of refuge for a cover from storm and from rain. So you having your Yahweh Shema Shai on your side, especially when it's storming and it's raining, spiritually saying that when all hell break loose, guess what? You have your Yahweh Shema Shai on your side. You're going to be able to get through it. It says a place of refuge, man. So this is where our refuge lies in, man. Yahweh Shema Shai, and the things that He told us in order for us to receive this reward, in order for us to get through these things and through the Spirit, Lord willing, we hope and wish and pray unto the Lord that we are part of the elect. But if we are the elect, man, we got the victory, man. The only thing we have to do is play it out. And like the scriptures say, the Lord ain't gonna put nothing on you more than you can handle, but through the Spirit, you don't even know what you can handle. So yeah, I can pray this video was edifying. I want to say, call Layim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash, Shalom, DTA, and a Baba Ball.